Hello Koala friends, I hope you're having a wonderful day. I received a request to make a video about building under the water in Koala Playground, and I'm really glad that you gave that request, Laverne, because I thought I knew how, since I've done it before. My aquarium playground in the marketplace has a level that's all underwater, but it turns out there's another way to do it that I didn't know about. Ben told me about today, and actually I guess at the time that I made the aquarium this wasn't available because it's a new feature, so I guess that makes sense. But I like both ways, so I'm going to show you both ways so that you can decide which one will be best for you. So the first thing you want to do is go to your whiteboard, and you're going to click on the right top button, whatever it says. Mine says water, but yours probably say something different, and click on new activity in the top left corner, and then name it whatever you want to. Go ahead and save that, and then it's going to take you back to the whiteboard to that activity, and you're going to click on the squirrel at the bottom, Open Playground. And then it's going to take you to the winter playground because that is the free playground along with the summer playground and the grass field that Koala gives you. We want to actually go up to the right to the hamburger menu and click on Reset Playground, and we're going to change this to the plain grass field. Now we just want to leave this on the lowest block level for the height. The width and depth don't matter. You can make it as big as you want your playground to be. I'm just going to leave it small for the demonstration. And the water level we'll just leave where it is right now, but we'll be changing that later. The block type, this layer is going to be the one that is under the water. So usually people use sand, but it could be any of these others. If you are making an alien world, you could do this space rock purple. It just depends on what you're building. But I'm just going to do sand for now, hit confirm, and yes, reset it. And then that's going to take us to that playground. Also, I forgot to mention, anytime that you buy a playground, or even with the free playgrounds, if you just want to make sure that you already have a copy of it, you want to make a copy of that playground so that you have the original and you have a copy that the students can do things in and they can mess up stuff and build stuff, and you still have the original, okay? But if you do accidentally ever delete the original, that's okay too, because you don't have to pay for it again if you got it in Marketplace. You just go back to Marketplace to it and you just click on Open, and it will give you another original, which is awesome that you don't have to pay for it again. So don't panic if that happens. Okay, so now that we have our sand level, what we're going to do is just pick any block at all. Oops, not fall into the water because then it'll respawn us. Not die. We don't die. The Koala guys pointed that out the other day in a video, that nobody gets hurt in Koala, so we call it respawning. Okay, so once I get back down here again, you want to pick a block. It doesn't matter what kind. And then, because we have the awesome hack, as Emily would call it, to build a whole bunch of blocks at the same time now, you're going to hold down your left shift key on your keyboard, your left click key on your mouse, and then drag your mouse to however big you want it, and then let go of them at the same time. Sometimes if you don't let go of both buttons at the same time, it won't do it, okay? So just make sure you're letting go of both buttons at the same time. And we're just going to make a stack of random blocks here that are going to be deleted, so don't worry about the size or anything. The only thing you have to worry about here is that it has to be at least 4 blocks high if you want your avatar to be completely covered with water. So if you want the water to be above the head, it has to be at least 4 blocks high. All right, but then you can make it as high as you want to after that. And then what we're going to do is build our second level, or second layer. So I'm just going to do grass. Okay, and then we're going to do that, and we're going to build out from the side of the grass as big as we want it to be. Now, you might want it to be as big as the sand level, and you might not. So Emily Radecki has amazing playgrounds, lots of them in Marketplace, and one of them is an under the sea adventure that's super cute, and she has mermaids and fish and all sorts of things under the ocean, but she does have a second layer that is land up top, but it just has a castle on it, so it's not really huge. It's not taking up even half of the size of the sand below. So it just depends on what you want. It depends on what you're building, okay? How big you make this layer. All right, so let's say that that's all I want, and then what we're going to do is delete all of these blocks below. These were just used to get that layer up there in the air. So we're just deleting all of these now. And that's how you get your 2 levels, okay? So that is one way to do it. That is the free way to do it. That's the way that Ben showed me how to do it. And again, thanks, Ben. And doesn't want to delete some of these, and I didn't want to delete the sand, but so I should have done it just one at a time, but that's okay. This is just for demonstration anyway. So if you fall into this water right here, if you walk into it, it is going to respawn you because you can't have a layer that's lower than this. All right. Might be possible, I'm not positive, to have a layer that's higher than this grass one. Not sure about that because you could only go, is that right? Let me check that out actually really quick. If I do this, because now they've made it so high. Yep, you could. You could probably have 5 levels because they've made it so much higher now, okay? So you could do the same thing over and over again to make as many levels as you want to. But you're wondering, and I know it, the water is still below the sand level. So how do you get the water to be above this sand? Okay, so I'm going to show you real quick. So what you do is you just come up here to the middle button, this sunset looking circle that says configure this playground. Click on that, and then we're going to click on change water and move the water level up to where, just to below the land level. Okay, and that's how you get a level that is underwater. And now you can do whatever building you want to down here, and then you can create stairs to go up to the land level. You can also change the water color now. They just added that to many different things. You can also change the sky to night, space, sunset, and you can do a start location where you would click on this button and then click where you want in the playground the avatar to fall to start. And once you set that, that's where it will go. So lots of awesome new features in the playground. All right, I don't know why I'm deleting this because I'm going to go to another playground now, but okay, so that's how you would do that. So that's the free way. The other way only costs $2. So it isn't bad at all. But if you go back here and go to the marketplace and click on playground on the left so that you're only seeing the playgrounds, Wendy Sweeney has a water level playground that she made that gives you, it's this run, swim, dive, land, shallow sea. And it gives you a top land level, a middle shallow level, and a deep level. And I'll show you what that middle shallow level is for, if I can find her, because I've got it here somewhere. Well, I did have it. I guess it's not going to, I had it open so we wouldn't have to wait for the avatar to fall. Oh, there it is. I just missed it. Okay. So this has those 3 levels already made for you. The only thing is with this is that because it has that shallow level in there, and that's for things like if you're wanting to build, say, a pond or a swimming pool or a river or a lake, okay, which people do. I think her name is Lisa, just showed us her playground. It's not in Marketplace yet, but I hope that you're going to put it in Marketplace, Lisa, because it's really cute. She's teaching her kids about frogs and the life cycle of a frog, and she has a bunch of ponds with lily pads and fish and frogs in them that the kids can walk in like this. Okay, so this is what the shallow level is for. Your avatar's head is still above the water. So that's why you have the kind of three levels. One where you're totally above the water, one where you're standing in the water but your head's still above it, and one where your head is completely covered with water. So what you have to do to get down to that bottom level is delete these blocks, and that's what takes a little bit of time here if you do use this playground, okay? Because if you want the entire sand level, the very bottom level, to be open where you can walk through it, then you have to delete the whole shallow level, okay? So this would be really good to use though if you are wanting some places in your playground to be a pool or a pond, and then some places in your playground to be, you know, the whole open bottom. Then this would be perfect for you, okay? So just showing you that, because here if I try to walk, my avatar's head hits that because it's not 4 blocks high. Okay, so that's why I'm having to delete all that. All right. So those are the two ways that you can do that. And I just want to show you really quickly a couple of ways that people have used water. Well, that I've used water, I guess. And that is, so in my Wild Dolphins aquarium, when you come in, there is a dolphin pool. And all I did here was, once I had built the building, I just deleted the blocks until I could see the water, and then I could put the dolphin pictures in so that they look like they're swimming. And over here, I just deleted the blocks, same thing, of the floor until I could see the water, and then I put the images so that they look like they're floating on top. And I'm going to show you in a playground I'm working on right now, Lagoonies Island Challenge. I'm excited about this one. So if you see there where the boats are floating on top of the water, I'm just going to show you really quickly how I did that. Okay, so all you do is come over here where there's some space, and then you're going to pick any block, doesn't matter because you're going to be deleting it, and you just make a stack of blocks. I'm going to have to go into overhead view so that I can do that. Okay, make the blocks so they're just barely coming above the water, and then you're just going to add on to the sides of the blocks until it's as big as you want it to be. Okay, and then you're going to come down here to the A again, click on the image library, and this is where you can get all of your pictures that you have made from Canva or Daily Art Hub or things like that. You hit select images, you can get them off your computer, and they go into this little image library. So I'm going to find a boat. We'll use a pirate ship here. Okay, you left click that image onto the block first, and then you're going to left click again, so this little sidebar toolbar comes up on the left. You're going to resize it so it's as big as you want it. Okay, and then once you have it where you want it, you're going to click on the lock tool on the side, and that's so that you can't accidentally delete it, or your students can't delete it or move it. All right, and with these boats over here, I have the wood in between the images because I want the students to be able to jump from boat to boat. And the rainbow is in the way. Okay, but if you just want a boat that looks like it's just out there on the water and not one that they can actually, you know, go and stand on, you would just delete all the blocks so that it just looks like it's just standing out there on the water. Okay, and then you always want to remember to delete the blocks at the bottom that you used to get the image where you wanted it. All right, and so then you just have a freestanding boat on the water. So if there's anything else that you guys can think of, I think I pretty much covered it. Oh, one other thing I was going to show you really quickly. I forgot to show you my little tide pool back in my aquarium here. So I just wanted to show you really quickly again how you can do the shallow water for really fun things as well. So I have a little tide pool over here in front of the castle where the kids can jump into the tide pool and then they can name the different animals that they see in the tide pool. So using a mixture of things with the water is really good. I even have a little whale out here beyond where I was able to build in the water, so that's kind of fun. So yeah, if you think of more things, let me know and I will be happy to do another video about it, but I hope this answers most of your questions. Have a good day, everybody. Bye.